again! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Michael, the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Curse of the Crimson Throne, our gripping tale set in the Parisian countryside of the Pathfinder world of Galarian, featuring these wonderful and incredible TTRPG role players and my Patreons. Guys, welcome in. It is so good to see you all again.
Hey, Michael.
Hello.
Good to see you too.
Woo! All right, well, it is absolutely wonderful to see you guys, but let us throw deeply into today's game because we are running a little bit behind. So, let's start, of course, by thanking a few individuals who helped bring us this show. First of all, we want to take a moment to, well, actually, no, before that, let's take a moment to welcome and thank the raiders who just came in from MM Wyatt. For those of you who don't know who MM Wyatt is, MM Wyatt is an amazing, talented, and absolutely beautiful content streamer, also known as The Moonkeep, which is a great and incredible TikTok. Highly recommend you go and check it out. And Wyatt is, of course, a brilliant and beautiful man. I would also recommend checking out, if you haven't already, our episode of Dragon Kitchen that features our dear friend Wyatt, who goes up against none other than our friends from the Smoking Barrel. Very, very fun game. It's good to see you back on the channel, even just checking out and bringing your community here. So, big love. All right. We have sponsors. What do we have sponsors for? Guys, we have sponsors. We have sponsors for days. We got sponsors for this, sponsors for that. We got sponsors coming out our ears here. First of all, we have none other than Hero Forge. What is Hero Forge? Look, it's a 3D model making program. You can make your models. You can make your minis. You want to make a mini of a little undead version of yourself for your brand name? Boom! There he is, right there. And you can have him 3D printed and shipped to your home. Now, unfortunately, if you are as far away from the US as I am, guys, unfortunately, you may not get it before Christmas, but if you happen to live in the U.S., if you happen to be in somewhere that's pretty nearby, you can order these 3D models printed from over in Hero Forge and get them sent to you just in time for the holidays so you can breathe life into your game. But of course, hey, if your game's on in person, don't worry about it. They've got a whole bunch of really cool stuff for you, including, of course, the ability to make these cool digital tokens for your VTT use. Or, of course, if you're like me and a little bit creative, you can make these amazing animated avatars. Say hi, animated avatars.
Hi, animated avatars.
Good job.
Hello.
You can tell that one of my players is lag. Anyway,
I had to find the unmute.
no, but it's always funny because you know when you're Australian and you're just like, it's like, say hi everyone, hi everyone, hi everyone. One of you lives further away than the others. Takes a while for the wallabies to get the signal across. But of course, yes, these amazing figurines and avatars are made with Hero Forge and a little bit of elbow grease. But you know what? It's a lot of fun to add to streams, to games, to the online experience. Speaking of the online experience and the offline experience, I guess every epic game deserves to sound epic as well. So that we'd like to thank our friends over at Sirenscape for the wonderful array of sound effects, music, and all sorts of really cool things that elevate my game. Sirenscape has a massive library of sound effects that bring your games to life. It is available on mobile app, it's available online, so whether or not you're on the go, at home, or online, you can really use these things to help bump up your games to the next level. So check out Sirenscape and enjoy the amazing sound effects, such as the sound effect that I have right here, which is the sound of... Let's see. Oh, this is a button. Wait, come here, load button. It is the sound known as Find Treasure. What does this button sound like, I wonder?
Absolutely nothing. We hear it. We don't hear it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was expecting. There we go.
Oh gosh.
There it is. All right. Wah! Finding treasure. Scared the crap out of me.
I don't want to find treasure if that's the sound.
You know, it's a bit like nails on a chalkboard.
Let me lower it a little bit and see what it sounds like. You know, when it's not peaking all my shit. Okay, hold on. No, that still seems like I don't want that treasure for sure.
Yeah, that's very ominous.
Yeah.
I was expecting more ka-ching. I think that's finding a treasure that's actually a mimic.
I'm not gonna lie. I was really just expecting a ba-da-da-da-na-na-na-na-na. You know, like you're gonna like
Yep.
something
Final
triumphant.
Fantasy.
That's so suspicious. We also have the sound effect of let's go over here.
That one.
What the hell? Oh, here we go. Ooh, a secret stone door. Ooh, mysterious. Yes.
That's excellent.
These are excellent, yeah. And of course,
Why is it still going?
it's a big door. So apparently there are, again, tons and tons and tons, thousands of these sound effects that you can use to bring up your game. So yeah, consider going and checking that out and do this. And lastly, but not leastly, of course, we have none other than our dear friends over at Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice. As you can see behind me, it helps build up the games and make everything awesome, and allows for my players to have a visual experience, even though they are far, far, far away from one another. Well, for some of them they are. Some of them they're very close. Some of them you could throw rocks at each other, but you know. Yep, there you go. Same. So anyway, yeah, these are our sponsors. But of course, this show would be nothing without my players. So guys, let's celebrate these individuals as they tell you about the characters that they are embarking on today's quest, starting with none other than our dear friend Twiff.
Hello, I am playing Padrig, who is a spell shot gunslinger. Padrig is a half elf, was going to go to school to become a wizard, wound up getting framed for murder by Gadrin Lamb, kicked out of school, disinherited from his family, all sorts of bad things, has had his vengeance, has met up with these fellows who were also screwed over by Gadrin Lamb, and that brought us all together. And since then, we've been continuing trying to figure out what the hell's going on with the queen.
Indeed, and something is definitely up for sure, having discovered a little bit about some of the horrible backstory, but we'll talk about that later. Next up, of course, hailing from the fairy kingdoms is none other than Holly, played by our dear friend, Molly!
Hello. Holly is a fairy noble, and when she was told it was time for her to get married, she and her lovable husky Penny decided to leave because there will be none of that. So she went off and wandered into Korvosa and fell in with this group of people, and she's slowly coming to learn that life around here is very different than where she came from, and she's dealing with some consequences for some actions. She tried very hard to save some orphans from a plague that she had saved previously, and in the process of doing so, stopped being a rogue and started being a cleric of Asmodeus, and she's still trying to come to terms with that.
Fair. Something definitely to be coming to terms with, for sure. All right, next up, of course, we have playing the role of our investigator. Quinn is our lovely Aya Genasi. Ire!
Hello. Well, I am, as you say, Quinn, and I am a native to the city of Korvosa, an investigator by trade as well as by class. Fell in with this lot, and now we've had to flee the city, my home.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And, yep, that's the whole thing, for sure. I wish I could explain that in so many words, but yeah, no, pretty much the city has basically been self-destructing for the last, 80 episodes, so, yep, we're on the run. Next up, of course, playing the role of Dante, our kitsune druid, is none other than our dear friend Raikon!
He said he'd be right back.
Who is not here! Raikon is
Yes,
currently away. So, Raikon plays the role of Dante, a kitsune druid who has been journeying far and wide in order to try and locate the individual responsible for the death of his friend. Having slayed the drug dealer responsible for distributing the drug that took his life, it is now on Dante to try and find the alchemist responsible for creating the deadly and virulent thing that is now plaguing the city. And that is their quest. We also, unfortunately, do not have a Laura Bones today. Laura has been very busy with dragon meat and all of the cool stuff that has been happening over the weekend. So we wish her all the best, and we hope that she had a great time. But she plays the role of Agnes, our psychic fortune teller, who is trying to protect her daughter who lives in the city by making the city a better place, as well as trying to get a date with a very, very handsome sailor back in the town. And lastly, playing the role of Mercutio, the champion, is none other than our dear friend Marcus, the GM. Hello.
Yes, hello. I am Marcus playing Mercutio, a skeleton champion who is trying to currently find his. Well, I guess the best way to put it is that he's trying to find who he truly is, and while also um, trying to save the city in honor of his friend, who also just happens to share my real name.
Yeah, so there you go. All right. Yep, cool. That brings us very nicely and very neatly to the last person we would like to thank for the stream, and that is, of course, you guys in chat. Guys, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for joining us on this journey. It is wonderful to see you all here, and as such, we invite you to come behind the GM screen and help be a part of this game as we play. Guys, first of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points, which you can use for channel point rewards in the bottom of the chat right there. We can do things from divine interventions, divine healing. We can do things like granting insight bonuses if my players get stuck. There's a ton of really cool things there that you'd earn just from watching. Secondly, for those of you who feel like donating to the stream and helping your old buddy Dag out a little bit, there are a number of rewards that come with monetary tip donations. So for $5, you can award one of my players one of these red marks. These are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the GM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Again, these purple marks are also $5. These are jinx points that can be used to counteract hero points, make monsters roll harder, or just complicate matters for no reason. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks in front of me. You can choose either a heroic action deck where a player of your choice will get a heroic action. It is a free action that is reasonably powerful. Or a plot twist, which is a twist in the plot that will change, shift, or alter my decision making as we play today's game. I'll usually try to lean on something that is happening in the game. For $20, you can give someone a natural 20. This can also be the GM, just saying, putting out there. The coveted golden natural 20, of course, is a nat 20 because why the hell not? The 20 for a 20 is how it works. For $50, you can increase the difficulty of a challenge, making a minion a boss a super boss, and a super boss a, oh my god, what has Michael done? Yeah, this is a really good way to up the challenge rating if you guys are interested in that, and make the scene a little bit more dramatic. And or for $50, you can provide a magic item to a player of your choice. This can be a custom homebrew magic item, an item of your choice and of an appropriate level, or you can work towards set pieces for our lovely heroes. Right now, I think the set pieces that we're working on is the Shadow of Anko set for Holly, which is a Shadow Fae set. And I think you're only one piece away from completing that, if I'm not mistaken, right? Holly?
That is correct.
Yeah. So there you go. And lastly, we have our secret menu item. Now, preemptive here. Firstly, the secret menu item is a $100 massive donation. It's a huge donation. It's something that means a lot to me. These donations, I'm not gonna lie, carry me in very big ways through my year. So these things are usually things that very heavily influence and shift the game. So over the last couple of weeks, both of my other Patreon tables have enjoyed, is the word I'm going to say, a random series of circumstances that have led them to draw from a deck of many things, otherwise known as a Harrow deck of many things. Now, the $100 secret menu item for today is the exact same thing. Now, bear in mind, our players currently have a deck of many things that is currently tucked away in Dante's backpack. It has not been yet wielded, it's not been yet used. The $100 secret menu item for this particular game is to provide each of the players a draw from the deck of many things, which comes at the sudden appearance of an old frenemy, I guess, which is none other than Badham, who will show up with the intention of you needing to draw from this deck of cards. Those who do not draw from the deck of cards is a pretty how can I put this? Badham's about to offer you a big discount at his store, which you can then use and summon through your journey through the Varisian frontier. What does this mean? It means you don't need to worry about food or water or beverage because Badham will be there. It also means that you will get a discount on it. So drawing is in your favor more than just drawing for the card. It'll have a particular value in it. So, decks of many things, for those of you who don't know what they are random chaos. They're just these things that sometimes they work good, sometimes they obliterate characters. So, fair warning, that is what these things do. So for $100, all of my players will be offered to draw from the deck of many things. Yes, that is kind of it. Now, because we've had so many generous donations, we are actually going to also open it up to pool people's resources together in the chat if they want to work towards the $100 menu item. So all you would need to do is make the donation, and then in Discord chat or Twitch chat, just let me know that that is what you decide to do, that you want to put it towards the pool, and we will work towards that. Cool. I think that's pretty much it. Are we all good?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Woo! All right. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we return once more to the outskirts of Korvosa, a small, tiny stable belonging to Jagan, a friend of Venkalo and someone who is going to be looking after Neolandus, the seneschal that you have liberated from the city. You have learnt much since liberating the seneschal. He has told you much about the queen, the evil force that influences her, and the Shoanti people that might hold information that'll help free her and the city from the clutches of Kazavron, the ancient, evil, and powerful entity supposedly now trying to reinstate their power from your home city. The wagons are loaded. Padrig, Holly, Dante, and Merc, and Agnes. You've all basically just made sure you have plenty of supplies and the like, and worked tirelessly to make sure that your trip is going to be relatively painless. Quinn, however, you take a quick moment as Venkalo is preparing a horse so that they may return to the city and rally your allies while you're away. In addition, obviously ensuring that Blackjack, the vigilante of the city, is also still seen in the city, so that people will know that hope is always there. Quinn, you approach.
Yes. And I sort of clutch my bag meaningfully. Vincarlo, the package that you entrusted to me.
He
Are the
Oh, sorry, yep. He stops and looks at you and quizzically asks, yes, of course.
Did you wish for its return?
No, I have plenty of spares in the city.
I see.
I mean, one does not keep only one set of clothes in their wardrobe.
Understood. But I have to ask, why did you provide this to me?
He takes a long drawn sigh as he continues to fix the bridle onto his horse. There are many battles that we face in life. Some you are fortunate enough to deal with when you are in your prime. And others, unfortunately, are fights that were never meant for you. Fights that were meant for those who have come after. When the Emperor died and I saw this chaos in the streets, I knew then and there that this was not my fight. I worried. I did not know if any could rise amongst all the anarchy and the chaos. But when I heard of a small, very unassuming group of individuals, well, it kind of reminded me of my old days. In that moment, I knew that I had to find out who was responsible. And when I found it was you, well, needless to say, I could not think of a better person to put the city's fate, the people's fate, and my own faith in than yourself and your friends.
Your faith in us makes me blush. I'm not. May we deserve it. May
Oh,
we live to deserve it.
It is not about deserving, my dear. What it is it's a weight, a burden. I do not envy your position. I mean, could you imagine if you fail? My God.
Well, on those cheerful words, I should probably go help my friends. I've been slacking off too long. Thank you.
He laughs heartily, and you realize that what he says is mostly, levity and in jest. But there's a certain tone that carries to it as well. You feel that sense of, like, this is a responsibility. Ultimately, you could just wander into the wilderness, turn your back on Korvosa, and never return, and no one would be the wiser. But what would that mean? As you return to the others, Vencarlo sort of does the whole, like, Mask of Zorro thing where he, like, flicks up the horse. It's standing on two legs, and he goes, "Until we meet again!" And then down the pathway back to Korvosa.
He really has such style, doesn't he? I look at Padrig and Holly. Man has style.
Hey, hey, gotta give credit where credit is due.
Are you gonna start doing that?
Me? No.
No, not you, Quinn.
What, having style? No, probably not. But I'll try. I'll try my best.
You would look cool doing horse tricks, is all I'm saying.
All right. It's noted.
You kind of eyeball you have the horses at the start of the wagon.
I don't think we should do it while they're in harness with the wagon, though, right?
No, probably not.
No.
Let's get this gear on.
Okay. Now, with the gear on, you begin your travels. Bidding farewell to Neolandis and Jargon, you start to make your way over the countryside. Now, fun times are ahead. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, guess what? We're doing travel, and we are going to be, in order to do travel, use the new Pathfinder 2nd Edition remastered rules on traveling. There are a number of actions our players are going to get to do while they travel, but in addition to these, I'm going to invite anyone who is watching in chat actively to suggest random encounters that the group may face during their about week-long journey into the Cinderlands. What does this mean? Well, our group is a group of level, 8, 9? 8. Our group is a group of
we are
level
level
9s. Yeah.
Yep,
A group of level
went up to
9 characters. So, in terms of level 9 characters, pretty much anything that you would think is roughly, like appropriate, I'll make modifications as is, but this is all improv. So, anything. You want them to fight in a river, we'll go to a river. You want them to fight some bards, we can find some bards, whatever. Find a thing that you'd like, and yeah, we'll do that. Also, variants. I'm saving the caravan of traders for if we get the $100 donation. So that's that one. So Also, real quick, we do have a $40 donation from our dear friend Schoolie, who has called for a natural 20 for Mercutio, which has already been applied. A heroic action for someone who currently doesn't have one. So who doesn't have a heroic action? Just Quinn?
I imagine it's more than just me, but
I don't have
got
one.
one.
I have one.
All right, Holly, Patrick, and Quinn.
No, I have one.
You have one? So Holly and Quinn. All right. Pick a number, odds or evens. Holly.
Let's go with even.
Even? Okay. Even. Holly. You gain... Oh, the last stand. Until the start of your next turn, any damage that would reduce you to 0 hit points leaves you instead with 1 hit point remaining, but gives you the doomed 1 condition. Or increases your doomed value if you're already doomed. As usual, when you die when your doomed condition equals your dying value. So basically, doom is kind of like wounded. Is you start with extra dying. So that's called,
exciting.
yeah. So that's last stand. Gain doomed, and basically stay at 1 hit point for 1 whole round, no matter how much damage you take.
Very, very useful when they try to eat her again.
Also very true. All right.
How about not eating the fairy today? Can we do that?
All right. Maybe. I can't promise anything. All right. Ooh, I love that one. Let me write this down. Okay, I like that. Ooh, okay, cool. I got some good ones. Here, and they are now on the list. All right. Yeah, I can deal with that. All right, so. Oh, and the plot twist card. Don't forget the plot twist card, Michael. That's very important. Hooah! Plot twist card. All right, third plot twist is 1, 2, 3. Unwelcomed arrival.
Oh no.
All right, unwelcomed arrival. I like this. Okay, I can make that work. So, the journey begins. The wagon clatters along the road, winding to the north, heading towards the Falcon River. You begin to cross the plains. For a time, you travel along the coast. The sound of the beach and the sands and the waves striking the cliff face are somewhat soothing, like a balm as you make your way forward. As you begin to continue over the rolling hills and plains, you see several other travelers along the way. They seem to wave at you friendlily enough, and it's a relatively peaceful day of travel. Until you hear the sounds of distress coming from nearby. As they start to get louder as you are progressing along, you could hear a very familiar voice. Oi, get him off my legs! Away with you, you filthy bastards! Don't let me have another go at you, you wicked things, you!
well.
You can't
Looks
quite
like you could use some help.
You can't quite see him
Oh,
yet, but you can hear him.
okay.
For sure you can hear him.
Unmistakable.
Oh, yeah.
I look at everyone else. Looks like we might have a little chance for compensation for that package delivery he had us perform.
He
God.
definitely owes us.
This bastard again? Oh yeah, he definitely owes us.
All right.
I say we let him have them.
Nah, he's adorable.
Fine, but I get to punch him once.
All right.
All right.
I mean, that's fair. I think you really can't argue against that.
All right. Well, as
He's facing.
Agnes will offer to stay behind with the wagon, because obviously you wouldn't be able to respond too quickly if you had to then drag, the whole thing around. Also, it's a good reason for Agnes not to be here.
Smart.
All right.
The 500 IQ plays.
Boom. All right, let me get all my characters onto the map here. There we go. All right. And then here we do this.
May we see it too?
Yes. Just bear with me for 2 seconds.
Oh, burr.
Do,
Oh, I have root beer. Nice.
Ooh, yeah, okay, I like that. Done. All right. And then we have Bad Ham. Where are you? Campaign. Did I make a token for Bad Ham, or did I just have a mini for him? Oh, I don't think I made a mini for him. Maybe I'll have to make one at some point.
I thought you had.
No, I've only got the artwork for him. I don't think I've got the.
Okay.
Sorry, bear with me for a second, ladies and gentlemen. I am making this live, so Patreon. No, I don't have an actual token for him. But that's okay. Let's get him on the screen anyway. There we go. Boop, there he is. All right. As you approach, you see this handsome devil currently up a tree. As you can see, two quite large creatures that appear to be dragons, albeit small dragons, but also skeletons that seem to be chasing Bad Hand up a tree. They just seem to snap and claw and bite at his ankles as he is crying out, "Hey! Hey, back off you! You filthy mongrels, you!" As you arrive, and yeah, we can dive into an initiative, I suppose.
Oh, happy birthday to
We don't
me.
see the map, by the way.
I will share it. Do not sweat. I will share. Just as soon
Will you,
as
though?
I will.
Skeletons
promise.
and partial revenge? What could be better than this?
All right, there we go. Is that gonna? Oh, perfect. Dragon Hunter music.
Oh, yes.
All right. So rolling initiative as we do this over here. Boom. All right. Dante is first, followed by Holly, Patrick, Mercutio, Quinn, and then the skeletons.
Well, let's see. Are they within 30 feet? Yes, they are. Remove my pointer. I'm going to use electric arc.
All right.
And they flex. Where's my? There you go. All my actions.
Actually,
double
let's
check.
do one of these things. We don't need it to. We don't need this to be an overly dangerous encounter. All right. As you've blasted lightning, the draconic creature turns its rotten head to you, and as it does so, lightning zaps through its body. As it does so, you watch as its rib cages almost act like a what do you call it? The Jacob's ladder. You see like electricity running between its ribs as it takes 10 points of damage from your blast.
And I'm just going to move over to here. when it catches up. There we go.
All right. And that is it.
And that is all my actions.
All right, fantastic. Holly, you are up next.
Holly gets this look on her face, and it's a little bit more evil than you guys are actually used to. And she starts muttering some words at the sky and doing some movements with her hands. And then she casts Flame Strike on the dragon.
Ooh, very nice. You start to use the backwards demon speech. All right, the Drake saves, making it half damage, but hit it with your blast. Boom! A thunderous blast hits down. As it does, it takes 3 points of damage as it shakes its wings and rotates its head.
Wait, doesn't it take 6 points of damage?
It took half and partially resisted.
Yes. Let's see. It's fire and what's the other type? Is it just fire or fire and...
Just fire. It's divine fire, so they only apply half their usual fire resistance.
Ah, I see. So that's an extra 5 points of damage on top of that as well. Okay. So half, let me just calculate that. So half of that is 13. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So, yeah. So I'll just add that another 5 damage to that. And so, yep. Boom! That explosion explodes outwards. The entire area surrounding that, the dragon is now scorched by your spell.
Yay!
All right.
And that'll be it.
All right. Padrig, you're up.
Cool. All right. So fire hasn't really done much. Lightning hasn't really done much. Padrig will pull up his weapon, summon a bullet into the barrel, whisper freeze to it, and do cold damage for a fulminating shot, and shoot it.
All right. Your bullet fires out. A thin layer of frost creates like this almost like jet stream of fog as it flies in your direction. Oh, as it flies in its direction. But unfortunately veers to the left.
Well, shit.
You do have a hero point.
Yeah, I do. Why not? Let's re-roll that. It's
All
a terrible
right.
way to start. We'll use that hero point up.
Boom! Let's see it happen.
That's better. 33.
Nice. It ricochets off the tree behind it and hits it in the back.
Yep. Oop, I grabbed from the wrong one, but that's okay. It's really the damage that matters. And... wow, that was terrible.
Wow.
Oof, that is pretty terrible.
2 1s.
On your D12s as well, of all things.
Yeah. Also,
Exactly.
is it resisted to both piercing and bludgeoning?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure because I remember him talking about it. If it's
Yeah.
resistant to one,
it's-
it goes to the other.
Yep, it is resistant to both piercing and blood and cold.
Right, but is it resistant to bludgeoning?
I'm just having a look. Oh, no, it's not. It is not resistant to bludgeoning.
So
Okay,
it takes
so
the
it
two
will do
damage.
2
Okay,
points
so-
of bludgeoning damage.
So from the looks of it, it negated the 6 cold damage, and yes, you will bypass the DR for the bludgeoning.
Okay, so it's 2 points of bludgeoning and 12 points of 2 points of bludgeoning plus 4, I guess would be the bludgeoning because that's my
Yeah.
bonus for the gun, and then 12 was the cold because that's the fulminating shot and the conducting rune.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, done and done. As we then go from that epic bullet shot to Mercutio.
All right. I'm going to take a step over this way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast Sunblade. Quick question as I do this. Are we in bright natural sunlight?
Yes.
because the spell's effect actually changes slightly. Perfect. All right, so I ranged attack. I'm gonna roll it first to see if I actually crit. If I don't, you know what? I want to use my nat 20. I want the crit.
Sure. Wow. Yep. All right. Thank you again to chat for the natural 20, as Mercutio is going to consume it and get your nat 20. Now, is this a ranged attack?
It is a ranged spell attack.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. Let's do it. What happens?
So because we are in bright natural sunlight, it takes 1d6 fire damage. Well, crit. Is it evil aligned?
Yes.
Then it takes good damage. And because it's undead, it takes positive damage.
I like how this positive damage that did the most damage.
Yeah.
All right. All right. As this happens, it begins to explode outwards, sizzling from its back and sizzling from its undeath. It starts to open its mouth, and you watch as this necrotic smoke starts to pour from its body.
All right. That was just my first action.
It then turns to you.
Oh boy.
He is coming for you, Mercutio.
Oh, it's speaking necro, isn't it?
Oh.
It is speaking Necrol. And you also get a crit card.
Sweet. Let's go with number 3. Lucky number 3.
For the rest of you, the dragon is just making some strange kind of chortling noises. But yes, Necrol is what it's speaking to Mercutio. And your crit card is... the target is Frightened 3.
Good.
Pretty
Who
good.
needs to turn an undead? You could just
So-
crit it.
So he said she is coming for me, or he is coming for me.
He is coming for you.
Oh. Well, Merc's just gonna respond back in Necrol, so it just sounds like bone clattering. But his response is, I don't know who you're talking about, but let him. As for my... Because Pathfinder 2, we get 3 actions, right?
Correct?
Alright. You know what? I'm gonna fucking blast him again with my second Sunblade. Hopefully.
All
It
right.
did. Yes.
Nice. Your Sunblade once again finds purchase. You can roll your damage. Now, real quick while we're doing that, guys, welcome in to our friends from Dark Tales. Guys, it's so good to see you. Welcome in. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is welcome to Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. And we play a bunch of TTRPGs. We're playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So good to see a bunch of first-time chatters. Some very, very familiar faces. How was your stream playing D&D? What happened? What are your highs? What are your lows? Tell me all the things. Right now we're playing a like kind of an exploration game. The group is currently on a long journey to a different land, and they've currently encountered a skeletal drake who is chased a familiar ally of the group, a curse dealer by the name of Badham, up a tree, and the group is currently trying to help them. However, it turns out that this skeletal dragon is somewhat familiar with the undead in our group. Mercutio, a skeleton champion of Iomedae, the god of paladins, has been recognized, and the dragon has provided a cryptic message of he is coming for you. What that means is still up, to figure out. But yeah, enjoy the stream. If you have any questions or if you want to interact, in my chat is also with the GM as well. So yeah, ask questions, make suggestions. We're doing random encounters, so we will be asking people for inspiration for what we do. And also thank you to Classic Sam for your bloody beautiful, lovely $100 bits. Thank you. No, not $100, but 100 bits. You know what I mean. Anyway, Sam, I hope you're wonderful. I hope you're having an amazing time wherever you happen to be, which is probably New York. I hope that you stay as beautiful and as radiant as a soul as I know you are. Mwah! Love your face. Okay. Let us continue with the Sunblade that has exploded outwards. Now, real quick, your Sunblade costs you a focus point?
Yes.
Do you have 2 focus?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. Carry on.
And I used my first action to move, so that's all 3 done.
All right. Done and done as the second Sunblade strikes. Once again, the sizzling of the positive energy kind of radiates over them as the Drake looks ready to pounce. Oh, actually, is Sunblade a 2-action ability?
It is listed as a 2-action.
Ah,
Is
then
it?
you will not be able to use it for a second one.
Oh, I can't? Where does
Because you
it say
moved
2
and then use 2 actions. That's what
says-
that's what Revan in chat is saying, and that's what Dante is saying.
And it takes 2 focus from the looks of it.
No, I used it and it just took 1.
Let's have a quick peek
No,
then.
because I'm looking on Archives of Nithis and it says focus 2 and cast 2 somatic verbal.
Sunblade. Yeah, it lists 2 actions here. And
Oh.
let's see. Fire Ray of Sunlight, yada yada yada. It doesn't say it costs 2. It doesn't say it costs 2. But yes, it definitely takes 2 actions, which is the important bit. So yes.
Okay.
So yeah.
So the 8 damage I dealt the second time is gone. That's
Oh yeah, right. Sorry.
Okay.
So Dante, just for what you were saying, the 2 that is listed on it is not 2 focus as a cost, but the rank of the spell.
Ah, okay. That makes more sense.
Cool. Thank you, Revan. Bloody legend. No, Revan. Revan, gain a level. Bloody well done. All right. So Mercutio, unfortunately, that last attack will not go off, but we then go to our epic investigator, Quinn. I like consistency too.
Hello. I'm going to draw Stormblade, move across, swing that bad boy at the
All right.
bones.
As Quinn rushes in, blade drawn, lightning trailing behind her, she arcs her blade upward into the body of this dragon as a thunderclap resonates outwards from the creature. Roll your damage.
Woohoo!
Hopefully this thing will get a turn. That is 1 point of damage.
It probably will because we are using things that it's resistant to.
It's very true. All right, so unfortunately, even though it was a solid hit, it was not a very effective one, as the creature, skeleton, thick bones, and resistance to electricity does not seem to take too much. You do have 1 more action if you want to take it.
I'm just going to assume a defensive stance. I know he's going to come after me. I'm standing right there.
All right, defensive stance. You protect yourself. This will give you a +2 bonus to your defense. Now, rules as written, there is no such thing as a defensive stance, but it's my game. All right, so anyway,
And it makes sense that you should be able to defend yourself as an action.
yeah, right? Why would they not be? I'm glad you removed the second one now. Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad I removed the second one. I was thinking about it as I was reading it more. I was like, nah, I don't need that second one. Okay. The Drake uses Draconic Frenzy. It makes 2 Fang Strikes and 1 Tail Strike in any order. So, Fang Strike number 1 against Quinn.
ooh.
Of course, yeah, sure, why not? Critical hit with a natural 20! Quinn takes 35 points of damage as it
Ow, ow, ow.
takes a bite. Also, variance, yes, it is called Shields Up. That is when you have a shield and you raise it, and you can add your shield bonus to your AC. Now, the difference between taking a defensive stance and the shield bonus is when you have your shield up, as a reaction, you can take damage to the shield and have it absorb things like a critical hit. Unfortunately, while you are defending yourself, you do not have that ability. So it's basically, yeah, she's just taking the hit as is.
Trying
Okay.
to mitigate it as much as she can.
Yeah. So that was your first Fang attack. Second Fang attack is a critical miss. But I don't like a critical miss, so I'm going to use a Jinx point to try and mitigate that a little bit.
You want me to die?
And then it crits
I
again.
don't want you to die. I'm just at peace with it. All right. It is a regular hit with the fangs on the second attack for a total of 26 damage.
I got a quick question. My
man.
heroic power is called Protect the Innocent. What does that do again? Doesn't it give Quinn complete resistance
Let's have a
on
look.
whoever I use it on?
Protect the innocent. Bear with me
Remember
for a
you
moment.
said it was a free action to use it.
It is a free action to use it. Speed, fluid motion, insight. Don't worry. I reckon it'll be the last freaking card, right?
That's how it usually works.
God damn it. Don't you dare. There we go, protect the innocent. It wasn't the last card. Alright, when an incapacitated ally or non-combat NPC takes damage, prevent all damage and you take half. I don't see why it needs to be incapacitated. I'm happy if you would like to take half of this attack from Quinn. You may do so.
Absolutely, I would.
Yeah, these are heroic actions. They're supposed to be. All right. As the 26 comes down, Mercutio, you rush to the aid of Quinn, and both of you take 13 points of damage, which I will adjust.
And is that piercing or slashing or cold?
It is piercing.
All right, so that's -2 from that. Because resistance.
All right. Easy done. Okay, so you step forward and boom, you hit Quinn. Skipping over the cards to help Quinn. What cards to help Quinn? There was a card to help Quinn? Oh, skipping over the crit card to help Quinn. Yeah, I kind of did. All right, third and final attack is going to use its tail. It's going to use its tail on Mercutio because Mercutio stepped up to it. And that will miss its tail. Now, it tries to flap its wings, but is unable to do so. The fragility of its wings make it difficult to fly. However, it will lean forward and growl before attempting a fourth attack on Mercutio. Because why not? This will definitely fail. Yep, miss. As it just leans through
Came
and
close,
tries
though.
to bite.
Came close though.
Oh wait, no, sorry, it shouldn't have come close. It should have been. It should have been 15. Does that crit fumble on you?
My AC is 27.
So yes, that would crit fumble. So it crit fumbles. Pick a number.
You know what? Lucky number 3.
3. Let's see. It is dazzled for 1 round as it kicks up. As it sort of like sees the reflection of your armor, blinding it in the sunlight. It is dazzled for the round. All right.
Dazzled, frightened.
Meanwhile, from the top of the tree, hey, you can't tell you how good it is to see you all. Yeah. He throws some like nuts down at it. Doesn't do anything. Just drops it. Actually, you know what? It might because they're bludgeoning damage. Bad Ham gets a 19. Its defense is 26. So nope, Bad Ham doesn't do it. He just shakes his fists. All right. Top of the round. Dante, you're up.
Gonna move over to here. We are going to Quinn, combat medic, and DC 30 medic check.
All right, let's do it. Beautiful. A successful check. You heal 2d8 plus 30 hit points to Quinn.
Whoa, thanks.
Boink. Now you're back down
42.
to 6 wounds only.
All right, 42.
Thanks.
Very nice heal. All right, so you stepped up and you begin to perform some remedial medicine upon him. You know, you get some crystals. You sort of make them feel really good. I mean, how else
And
are you gonna expect
then-
surgery to happen in 6 seconds?
Yeah. I am then going to attempt to Tanglefoot the Drake with. Oh wait, no, that was 2 actions. I only
Yeah.
have 1 action.
You high five
You know
yourself.
what? This is. Just for hell of it, we're gonna see if I can heal up what's left of Quinn's health with a 1 action heal.
Isn't
there we
isn't
go.
treat wounds 2 actions?
Is it 2 actions?
I thought it might be. Maybe you might be able to do it in. Let me have a look here real quick. Medicine, administer first aid.
'Cause
Yeah,
we-
it's 2 actions.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know.
I think actually, because battle medicine makes it something you can do in combat. I think it's still a.
Because we had it to where it was 1 action per if I was doing multiple people at once.
You can choose to attempt a medicine check. The same DC for treat wounds or salary. This treat wounds you can't attempt to check with high DC.
And battle
Oh no, maybe it is 1
medic
action.
is listed as 1 action.
Yeah, no, it is 1 action. You're right. My apologies. Administer first aid is 2 actions.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it looks like it's 1
But it
action.
makes sense because I'm taking 10 minutes versus 1 action.
Yeah, that checks out. Alright, carry on. You have 1 more action.
No, that was all 3 of my actions because I moved up.
Ah, yes, of course. Cool. Alright. Done. Holly, you're up.
Holly has decided that this thing is definitely undead, so she wants to heal it.
Alright.
Let's do positive damage.
Now, for Pathfinder Remastered, this is something we're going to have to check out a little bit. There is a slight variation on positive and negative actions. So now, in place of positive and negative, you have 2 different types of skill. One is Void, and the other, I think, is Vitality. But what that means is whether or not it's still like healing effects still injure the undead. Is what I need to just very quickly check out.
I'll be very sad if I can't damage it with heal spells.
That would be undoing years of precedence in every RPG.
Right?
And what we've been doing to undead.
Yep.
It's true. Let's see. Okay, so it's positive, which is Vitality. The Vitality damage is... Here we go. Vitality damage. Okay, Vitality is a trait.
Real question is, we're needing to figure out if it does damage with positive.
Yep.
Here we go. Page 409. Okay, weaknesses, resistances, blah blah blah, physical damage, precision damage, energy damage, spiritual damage. Okay. Damages a creature's spirit, blah blah blah. Two special types of energy damage are for the living and the undead. Vitality damage harms only undead creatures, withering undead bodies and disrupting incorporeal and void. Saps life of the living creature. So that does that. And what spell are you using?
Just heal, although I'm doing the heightened version.
Okay, so the question is whether or not heal. It's okay. We're getting there. We're learning it. Okay. Here we go. Cleric healing vitality. There it is. Okay, so yes, because heal as a spell because heal as a spell is has the vitality tag. You channel vital energy into a living creature or damage the undead. If the target is a willing living creature, you restore hit points. If the target is undead, you deal that amount of vitality damage to it, and it gets a basic fortitude save. Cool. So yeah, that's it. Cool. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, so I can do it.
The heck just happened there?
That I shrunk the page because that was like on the thing. Okay, so vitality is a tag that spells now have. When it has that tag, it will only impact life in a positive way and undeath in a negative way. So according to the remaster, yes, healing spells will still damage the undead, but so will anything that does vital energy. It will heal the living and harm the undead.
Okay.
Cool.
Spiffy.
Good to know.
Let's
Yeah. For those of you who don't know as well, there are now going to be 2 player books. There's a player core and a player core 2. Player core 2 has a lot of the stuff that is going to change quite dramatically. So the cleric, the champion, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, they're going to be getting some big changes. But carry on.
Okay. Let's see if he can save.
He does not.
Oh,
He's a
I
punk.
like that. Wait, that's the wrong amount.
All right, what's the right amount?
Oh wait, no, that's right.
All right, he takes 12 points of damage as your heal sizzles and burns them.
Wait, no, I did heighten, so he should have another 1d8.
Very well. Roll a d8 in chat, and I'll just add that.
Okay.
The heighten means you also have to have it prepared for that.
It's a divine font, so it's always prepared at the highest.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
At
Alright.
that point, it'd probably be a good idea to just set it in that spell list.
Yeah, we can work on that later. Patrick, you're up next.
Hooray! So, did it resist the cold damage? It did, didn't it?
It did. Oh, before I go, Holly, you moved and you shot. Was that correct, or you used?
Well, I used heighten, so that was 2 actions. So for her third action, Holly's gonna go ahead and get her crossbow out and load it with a healing healing bolt.
Nice, easy done. Okay, sorry. Continue, Patrick.
Sure. All right. Well, we'll do load fulminating shot and shoot again, but let's try acid damage this time.
All right.
Just for fun. All right.
Critical miss.
Oh,
Glad I used that.
That hero point earlier on.
Yeah. No,
Mhm.
that was good play.
It was a great play. Aces.
Awesome. Well,
All right.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit.
Pick a number between 1 to 5.
Let's go with 1.
All right. Unless we have that divine intervention coming in, we've got number 1. For a ranged attack, Oh, Iron Genasi coming in with the reroll. All right. You get the divine intervention. Make your attack again.
Thanks, babe. All right, we'll try this again. Dice, don't fail me. There. That's better.
That is a much better result. All right, critical hit. Dun, dun, dun. All right.
Alrighty. Boom. All sorts of stuff going on here.
All right, 42 points of damage, which is not resisted.
Jeez.
So that is actually.
Let's say
52.
partially resistant to something.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that would be
the,
that'd be the piercing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
which
it
is
also,
a
right.
2 again.
All right, and what is your crit effect?
My crit specialization is you need to make a saving throw against my class DC or be stunned 1, I think it is. Double check that.
All right, he gets a fortitude save of 18. He is stunned 1.
Yep, let me just confirm that that's stunned 1.
And pick a number between 1 to 5.
4.
Boom. All right. Let's see. Bludgeoning 2 for 1. You can hit an adjacent target. Let's give you a better one. Backbreaker. He is clumsy and enfeebled 2 as you've snapped his spine.
All these status ailments.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's stunned 1.
All
All right,
that
so
is
he's clumsy,
stunned 1.
enfeebled, and stunned. Sweet.
And frightened.
And frightened.
And dazzled.
And dazzled.
This poor dragon came back from the dead just to get fucked.
Brrr! Status bingo. Okay, so you guys need to make him off guard, deafened, blinded, fatigued, immobilized, paralyzed, petrified, restrained, sickened, slowed, stupefied, and then unconscious. Then you guys have won bingo. All right. After that, we go to Mercutio.
All right. First action. I'm gonna weapon surge.
All right, weapon surge. So hang on. Do we? Yeah. So this is the use of your second
Yep, this is my second focus point.
Go. All right.
All right. So that gives me a +1 to my attack, and it increases my striking rune by 1. So if this hits, I do 3d8 + 6.
All right, that will hit with your weapon surge. For 12 points of damage.
All right. So that would have been my second action, and then my third, I'll just smack it with my normal. So that goes from that uses my second thing for attacking. So I'm going to hero point that.
All right, let's see the hero point.
And that's even worse. Okay.
All right. Unfortunate.
I see how it is.
But a miss. All right. Quinn, you're up next. What does
All
our
right.
warrior investigator do on her turn?
All right, I'm going to put away Stormblade and pull out my sap and go for a blow. Will that hit?
That will hit.
Whack.
And apparently is non-lethal damage.
Yeah, be prepared to be underwhelmed. Like, I don't.
Wait, it's non-lethal damage? How does that
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
damage?
it's not, says non-lethal.
It says
How is
it on the.
How is it not
I
immune
don't-
to non-lethal damage? It's not immune to non-lethal damage, so whatever. Yep, it gets hit. Whack! Curse Slappy!
Quinn's just beating it over the head. bad.
Bad dragon. Bad. like whacking a dog with a newspaper, right?
No. All right. Well, yep, that hits. Anything else?
Well, that's 3. Putting away, pulling out, hitting.
Yeah,
boom,
that's true. I usually count putting away and pulling as a single action. House rule.
Well, then
only
I'll
because
try to hit it again.
Yeah, only because it's like you can use a free action to just drop your weapon, but I'm like, you shouldn't need to like jank the game in order to do that. It's like, no, if you want to draw a weapon and it takes an action, great, you can put your weapon and draw it at the. Never mind, you crit fumble.
Yeah, can we go back to where I just did nothing?
Yeah. Well,
You have 2 hero points.
You do have 2 hero points.
All right, I'll use 1 and hope to just fail.
Meanwhile,
and not
Twiff's
crit.
there like, don't let Dag trick you. It's not worth it. Okay. Yes, unfortunately that second attack will not, but you do not crit fumble.
There we go.
All right. The dragon turns its attention once more to those
It
in
doesn't
front
get
of
an action because it's stunned.
it. Yep, so it's only got 2 actions, which it's going to use Draconic Fury, or Draconic Frenzy, which makes 2 Fang attacks and a Tail Strike, which is going to use against Mercutio.
Bring it.
Bite. Ow. Misses. Bite again. Ow.
DC 5 mischance.
Yep, because of dazzled.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And
That's it.
last is a tail swing. And misses. Unfortunate. Oof. Absolutely
Doesn't-
nothing. All right.
The first one would have hit if it wasn't for that mischance.
And doesn't
yep.
didn't you say the 21 and the 20? Aren't they below my? Oh no, never mind. That was because the last one was supposed to be a 13. Never mind.
All right. He is no longer stunned. He is no longer dazzled. He is now frightened 1, clumsy 2, enfeebled 2. All right. Done and done. Back to the top of the round as we go to Dante. Dante, the creature is not looking great.
So I'm gonna go over here, and we are going to Gouging Claw.
All right, let's do it. That's a
At least
hit.
Still hit. And since I know piercing isn't gonna affect it, we're gonna choose slashing. Still got
15
partial
points of damage, still pretty good. You got you got 2 more actions.
That was 2 actions to use Gouging Claw.
Oh, it's a spell.
Yeah.
Ah, right, cool. You have 1 more action then.
I had to move to get in position.
Oh, never mind then. Holly, you're up next as you watch Dante rake and claw and rip pieces off these bony skeletal creature. It is not looking good. Looks like it's on its last legs.
Holly is going back to her roots and she's going to shoot it.
Aiming your crossbow, you fire your piercing weapon at the skeleton.
I'll take that.
Critical hit! As
I
it
will take that.
strikes it straight in the skull.
Okay, so I do my regular attack and then add the 1d8 heal as additional damage in chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they're
First we
2d8 because it's a crit.
Oh, it is. Oh, so, all right, yeah.
All right, so 6 points of damage as your arrow hits it in the skull. And 2d8, roll in chat. Let's see how this goes. 4 damage. It is still miraculously alive. However, we have hit
my
that.
God.
We have hit that point. We have hit that point.
But I get a crit card.
You do get a crit card. Let's find out what the crit card is. Pick a number.
Let's go with 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay. This is a piercing nerve cluster. Target is stunned 2. But we have hit the do or die. So let me go get the coin real quick.
Oh.
You got this. Just call it correct.
Yeah, thanks, dude. I'm deeply concerned.
All right, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
say
for
call
those
it
who
correct,
do
but
not know, there is one piece of DAG prototype merch which exists in this world, which I need to get behind that and actually start talking to people about it. But it is, of course, none other than the Dead Aussie Gamer Do or Die. This is a house rule that we use. The Do or Die coin is something I use when a villain or enemy has been brought to near death, and I want it to be a killing blow. So this is potentially the killing blow, which means no matter what this flips, you will kill it. However, if it lands on Do, you succeed spectacularly, and the creature dies. If you land on the Die side, however, it will still be killed, but there will be consequences. Holly, would you like to flip the Do or Die?
Obviously, we're flipping the Do or Die.
All right. So, here we go. We're going to move our camera down a little. All right, here we go. Do or Die, ladies and gentlemen. Oop, it's landed over here. Let's try that again so that it actually lands somewhere. Ah, come on. Okay. There we go.
Please be Do.
The coin
Yeah!
says Do.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Hell yeah.
All right,
Do it.
all right. Describe the killing blow, because she's all yours.
All right. Holly's got that crossbow out and she loads the bolt in, and when she takes aim, it actually wedges itself inside the skeletal head. And when the heel goes off, this huge flash of bright light goes everywhere. And then the skeleton dragon just like explodes into shards all over the place.
Nice. Love that. Okay. As these shards rain down, Holly, you successfully managed to destroy your quarry. And we are now out of initiative.
Yay.
All right. There is the sounds of relief. As coming down from the tree, you can see none other than the very familiar face of Bad Ham. Oh, my word. Oh, Jesus Christ on a cracker. Well, I mean, there's no real Jesus Christ, so I'd probably say, Caden Kalen's on a cracker. That was too close for comfort. Oh, good thing y'all showed up when you did, or otherwise old Bad Ham would have to sell his wares with a hobble in his step.
Merc's immediately going to sucker punch him.
All right. You run over and you sucker punch him. He goes, what the fuck was that for?
Oh, I don't
You-
know. Maybe trying to sell me?
I wasn't trying to sell you at all. What are you
Bullshit.
talking about? Look. I just happened to provide a particular service, and that service just simply happened to coincide with the purposes that I needed you for. It's not like I went out and looked for a reason to go and hang your eye to some crazy spooky guy in a frickin' thing. It was just a series of circumstances that happened to align well with old Bad Ham. After all, I'm fairly sure I could fetch a far higher price for your sort. He sort of raises an eyebrow. Look, and besides,
I hate that you're not wrong.
and look, you're all right, aren't you? You're all in one sort of piece.
Hmm,
Yeah, there you go.
Sure, yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll put that sucker punch on your tab. But least be said that Bad Ham isn't grateful to his friends what come to his aid. As always, the Bad Ham store is open for business. At this point, you also realize that Bad Ham is not in Korvosa, which is, also a curiosity as well.
He did
What
the
bring-
smart thing.
Yeah, what brings you out here, Bad Ham?
Ah, well, fresh air in the country is always good for the soul, You can tell he's
yes.
lying straight away.
Just A bucolic picnic in the countryside. Sure, sure.
Yeah, and you just happened to be attacked by a skeletal dragon, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, look, to be fair, I thought that maybe, like the journey was a little bit too unexciting and, just, no, yes, of course the fucking dragon came after me. Turns out, apparently, the sort of creepy, spoopy, undead deals that happen come with a bit of a caveat that I wasn't overly excited about. So maybe your old friend Badham was skipping town in order to avoid having his soul and body kind of separated. They kind of work well together. They're like best friends. They've known each other my whole life. So I didn't really want to part with him. And of course, spooky necromancers being what they are, decided to send the wee little creature, he says, kicking the skull, to try and teach Badham a lesson. But you all showed him. That's for certain.
That's just karma. You deserved it.
I hate that you're not wrong. But look, we're not here to talk about etiquette and morality here, are we? I'm sure, of course, you're looking for some compensation from your good friend Badham. And let it not be said that your friend does not provide when the need arises. I just so happen to have something very special for you. But also kind of comes with a little bit of a thing here. So, a traveling fortune teller from a circus came upon me with a deck of harrow cards that come from the Varisian frontiers. Great and wonderful cards, though they may be. This, some people refer to as a harrow deck of many things. However, unfortunately for me, the harrow deck of many things, well, it's hard to confirm if it's real or not without putting yourselves at risk. Great fortune or great misfortune can befall anyone who wields it. Now, I've been told that, of course, these are decks of many things. But, I can't spend my life turned into a vegetable, for example. So, if you would like, you'd be doing Badham a favor. And if you do this task, if you simply draw a card from this deck of cards, I'll provide you with a 10% discount on anything you want from the shop. And in addition, you can keep the Badham whistle that I've given you, and you can use it out here in the field, and Badham and his illustrious store filled with goodies will be right there anytime you need it, day or night. I mean, that's not a very bad deal if you ask me.
No, that's not a bad deal, guys. What do you think?
I'd say
got
at
9
least
days in front of
20,
us.
since it is an unknown.
As
think it's
low
fair.
as. Go ahead, Holly.
I think it sounds like fun. We should do it.
As loath as I am to trust him, I think it seems like a fair trade.
Oh, you should never trust him. Not
Well,
I wouldn't trust him.
Well, I
Okay.
can. I
Proceed
trust
with
him about as
caution.
far as I can throw him.
Well, keeping in mind, your old friend Badham, has never once lied to you.
Again, I
Yeah,
think
he's
you're right.
also not always told us the truth either.
Well, I mean, but I definitely haven't lied. That's also very true. I mean, I can't be helped if, people don't ask the right questions. I can't be expected to be psychic and all that. You've got one of them on your own team.
Yeah. Let me see those cards. And I examine them and determine if they are actually a deck of many things.
Again, without drawing, it is hard to say.
We were
It is-
able to figure
And
out
I
the
would
last one.
probably know that.
Yeah, it is
So-
definitely a harrow deck of some kind. You could see all the suits and everything seem to match up with a harrow deck, and it seems to be quite old and worn, so it has been used before.
Yeah, the trick with these things is, as he says, there's no way of tell without drawing, and Patrick will draw a card.
Ooh, all right, Patrick. All right. we're going to use the Harrow deck that we have here. Look at that. All right, we're going to shuffle the deck a bunch of times. I just want to check to see if we get a spread of things. So we have that's charisma, I think. Yep. Okay, cool. And we have constitution. Cool. So that does actually spread. Okay, cool. So reset. Here we go. All right. Spreading them out. Patrick, pick one of these cards.
Let's go for the middle.
All right. For the middle, you have the Lost.
Oh no, I'm dead, aren't I?
Yeah. So, let's find out. So, the Lost is the chaotic evil card of wisdom. It represents emptiness and loss of identity. The figure shown is destroyed, lost in worlds of nightmares and tormented by vistas and killers. Those under the influence of someone who speaks in another tongue. When misaligned, it can indicate clarity of mind under duress. So there you go, the Lost. The Lost card. Oh shit.
Oh no.
I don't like that.
This character cannot gain another level in whatever class you currently have the most levels in.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This effect can be circumvented if the character is killed and returned to life, but the next time he is returned to life, they are affected by the reincarnate spell, regardless of what spell was cast.
Oh no.
So that's a tough one.
Well,
Now, I will say this. First of all, of course, thank you so much for the gifted sub. And, of course, the sub with Prime 2 or 3 Godzillas. Welcome in. Now, we do have a rule for these as well. And that is, if our chat would like, our chat can donate a $10 reward in order to offer a reflip to particular things. Now, keeping in mind, this is for the audience, if the audience wishes to. But that is a pretty nasty one. I did forget to mention it at the start. So there you go. That is the Lost. However, for Patrick, you don't feel a thing different. Weirdly enough. So you're not entirely sure.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, guys, honestly, I can't tell.
So you kind of like scratch your head a little bit. All right, well, I don't want to be, putting the whole thing on one person here. Who'd like to try next? Come on, give it a go. It's a bit of fun.
This looks like
All right. Here's the spread, Holly. Take your pick.
let's go with upper left.
Upper
the
left.
clover tips 10.
Oh, very nice. Okay, well, real quick. Redraw. Nice. Good one. Okay, so, Patrick, you will get a redraw. Holly, you should be able to flip the card yourself.
Oh.
Ooh,
cool?
the owl. You know what? I actually did my own Harrow reading this morning, and the owl came up. So I was like, all right. The owl is the neutral wisdom card. Represents eternal wisdom in the natural order and harsh realism that causes a pack of wolves to cull the weak in the herd. It is tragic for the culled deer, but through the actions, the herd grows stronger. The owl binds life together, but just as easily can pick life apart. For the owl, the card grants the character the one-time ability to scry on any target anywhere for 1 whole minute. The target is, however, then immediately made aware that they are being scryed upon. You may use this card whenever you wish, but only once.
Wow.
All right.
The question is, do they get the innate knowledge they can do this?
I would say yes. Holly, you have the innate knowledge that you can do this.
Yay.
So you have the owl. Please write that down on your character sheet. And yes, Patrick, before we move ahead, let's have your power manifest. as a lucky
All right.
clover seems to glow nearby and then turn into glitter.
Let's go with this one.
The sickness.
Oh, no.
All right.
Stop touching the cards, man.
Neutral
Good job.
evil card of constitution represents plague, pestilence, famine, and disease. It can also indicate the corruption of the soul. If misaligned, the sickness represents great health or a chance to stop such a disaster. All right, the sickness.
What does if misaligned mean?
So that's just the reading. So it's like if the tarot reading. So because this is a neutral evil card, if it's in the neutral good position, which technically it is right there, it would represent the opposite of what it normally represents.
Ah, excellent. Okay.
Sadly, that's not the same for the deck of many things.
No, it's not. Okay. So the sickness. The character is afflicted with an incurable leprosy or other disease that cannot be cured short of a miracle or wish.
Oh my god.
I hate these things.
All right,
no.
you're yeah, okay. So what do I want to give you? Ooh, turns over the card, your finger falls off. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Which parts are falling off first?
Okay, no. So I'm not going to do leprosy. What I'm going to do is, Patrick, you recall that you spent a lot of time during the plague in Korvosa underground in the labs with the lycodemons and the like. I'm going to say that you have become the last victim of Blood Veil. So right now there's no effect on you, but what you have is the perfect version. You remember how
Another
Ramoska...
$10 donation.
Yeah, do you remember how Ramoska, the vampire... You kind of give him another one, McClover. We can give him another one. That's perfectly fine. But just so you know, right now, yes, this one will be... yeah, so like, you know how Ramoska said he was trying to perfect Blood Veil?
Uh-huh.
It'll be, yeah, it'll basically be Blood Veil. But you can re-roll. That has been given by McClover, who has come in. McClover's got your back. You know, a second Clover in the
you can
field.
have
Just
my
sort of-
back.
I love
I
McClover right now.
appreciate it so much. I'm gonna try one more.
I would have preferred the first one at that point.
Yeah,
I
third time's the
know.
charm.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You know what?
All right.
Just because this is the second one, I will allow you to draw two, and McClover, you can pick which of the two it is. So
Okay.
open two, and then McClover will get to pick which one of these two. Also,
All right,
come on!
so
Good to see you. Well seen. Welcome in.
go with this one
The twin. Interesting.
and this one.
And the empty throne. All right. So
Ooh.
let's start with the twin. The twin is the neutral charisma card of duality. Dual identity, dual purpose represents a physical double as much as a mental or spiritual one. Can also mean indecision as a group or person wavers between different opinions. It can also mean divided loyalties. The card makes a harrower wary because it can also mean the entire spread has a hidden or reverse meaning. All right, so the twin. Your character physically becomes a member of the opposite gender.
I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
Hey, that's the one I had on Mistwin.
Yay, more girls in the party.
The empty throne. So you go from Patrick to Patricia. The empty throne. Lawful good charisma has a sense of loss is palpable. The empty throne signifies that those who are gone will always be with us. They taught us the importance of lessons that only we choose to listen. The card can bring information from far off an ancient source. If misaligned, the ghost of a restless past may require effort to put at peace. All right, so the empty throne. The empty throne. The character inherits a noble title, 15,000 gold pieces, as soon as you have drawn this card. How it works in particular is up to the GM. So there you go. McClover, is Patrick going to be a girl, or is he going to get 15,000 gold pieces? Which, to translate to second
And a
edition,
noble title.
which to translate will be 1,500 gold pieces for the conversion.
And we'll have
thing.
to call him Sir Padrig.
Yeah, that's it. You will inherit your title, which actually is gonna be pretty dark. Empty throne. All right, the empty throne. Padrig. I would like for you to add to your sheet the following: a disaster has befallen your family.
Oh no.
Yep. A disaster has befallen your family. You are now the heir. You are now the heir and the current head of your household. And you have been afforded not only the titled properties and all that is associated with it, but also a stipend of 1,500 gold pieces that is available to you at the Temple of Asmodeus anytime you would like. Now, how you know this? Oh, you know what? We're going to play the Unwelcomed Arrival. We won't be able to do this week because we just won't have time. But next week, Padrick, can I also get you to put in a message from home as a thing for your thing? We'll deal with that next week in like a full proper scene. But yes, that'll be our Unwelcomed Arrival, is your message from home. All right. Thank you very much, McClover. I hope you enjoy the... Oh, it could be the childhood crush too. Yeah, that'd be kind of a cool idea. All right. Next
Thank
up.
you, McClover.
Thank you, McClover. Mwah, you lovely human. All right. McClover is the nicest. So,
Yeah.
Quinn.
Pick a card, any card.
Pick a card, any card. Now, keeping in mind, also, you cannot draw the same card twice. So, Padrig, those cards that you drew, all of them, including the ones that that got reshuffled, are not in effect anymore. So, if Quinn draws any of them, you get to draw again.
Understood. Well, my family's not noble, so there's no
That
title
you
to
know
inherit.
of.
Not as far as you know.
No, but that's true. That's right. Okay.
The bear. The neutral strength. It is representative of pure strength. People often mistake thinking the bear can be tamed or trained. When someone believes that they have the bear under control, the person eventually learns the error of their ways. Brute force may be required here, but consequences of its use may be severe. All right. For this, the bear. Lurk happily, McClover. Love your face. All right. The bear. The character gains the lycanthrope template, becoming a were-bear lycanthrope. As such, you have remove disease and heal have no effect on this affliction because you are a true-blooded lycanthrope. Now, I don't like lycanthropes in my world, flat out. What I have instead are what I call zoanthropes. So zoanthrope simply means lycanthrope is specifically werewolves, because lycan is, wolf.
Yes.
So I have zoanthropes. So zoanthropes are animals of any kind and description. You and I will have a discussion, Quinn, and you can pick what animal you would transform into. I don't mind what it happens to be. Preferably something I can make in Hero Forge, but we'll see what we can do.
Sounds good.
But if that is satisfactory with you,
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Great.
delightful.
you may add lycanthrope to your list of things.
What you mean,
Thank you.
zoanthrope?
Zoanthrope. Thank you. I literally just made the whole thing and then I freaking forgot it straight away. All right. Next up is
dry.
Dante.
Let's see. Go for this one. Oh,
Snakebite. Very nice. Can I also say that I appreciate that Fantasy Grounds has the Harrow deck so that my players can actually draw from the thing? It's
Oh,
not
yeah,
an
this is
I know, right?
yeah, it's not
super nifty.
yeah, it's not a necessary part of it, but I'm so glad that it exists. All right. The Snakebite, the chaotic evil intelligent card, is a vile poisoned weapon. May take many forms, not all of them physical. It represents the death of ideas and freedoms, as well as the ability to turn friends against each other and poison the mind. Misaligned, this card can also mean a mental leap, a new friendship, or discovery. Okay, as for the Snakebite. Anyone who now makes physical contact with you must succeed a fortitude save or is poisoned by green blood oil. The DC is the same as your class DC. And this will affect anyone who even tries to perform healing or healing magics upon you.
Would it also work vice versa if he touches someone?
Yes.
Wait, what if it's a distance heal spell?
Then no.
Okay.
But anyone he makes physical contact with.
Come
I'm
here, buddy,
having
come for a hug.
flashback. I have flashbacks of my last character that had something similar happen to them.
It's also not like the best thing for the healer to get, but you know what? We'll
That's
make
what
do.
gloves are for.
We'll burn that bridge. when we get to it.
I know gloves will not work on this, I believe. It's anyone you touch or touches you, not necessarily your bare skin. Same thing with the body or whatever, you know. All right.
Oh
That's a
boy.
pretty awful
Well,
thing for the healer to have, but I think it'll be a fun addition. We'll see. All right.
I think I could top the worstness.
All right, Mercutio.
Did it have any
Uh,
stipulations that it couldn't get removed?
Damn.
No, it didn't have any stipulations that it couldn't get removed. I would probably treat it akin to a curse.
Yeah.
Because Badham dabbles in curses, so it makes sense. All right, you'll have to.
Well,
McClover,
Yeah,
Dante.
again.
So Dante, our lovely healer, has now got a card that has said that anything he touches has to save or be poisoned. So Dante's been cursed with that. Mercutio, you
take a
have to
different
reflip. You cannot have the bear. Ooh,
First-
the
first
betrayal.
the cursed healing
Oh,
gloves, and now
great.
this.
That's true. The cursed healing gloves as well. You have not had a good time being a healer. That is very unfortunate.
I just haven't been using the healer's gloves.
Yeah, why would you?
I'm not gonna.
And didn't Badham give them to you, or was that
That was a magic
No,
that
it
shot.
was-
was at
that
that
was
weird
Chris.
shop in the
that
city.
was the weird shop in the city? Yeah, you're right. Okay, the betrayal. The betrayal is selfishness incarnate. Envy twists the spirit and leads them to ultimate devastation. It can also indicate a person who hides an evil heart. Aw, no cursed healer. McClover, you are too good to my players. I love that, and I love you. Okay, fine. That's fine. I will let Dante have another. Let's have a look at the betrayal real quick. Where are we at? The betrayal. Okay. The character's animal companion, familiar, cohort, or another NPC ally is alienated forever and is hostile. If you have no such
Whoa.
ally, the enmity of some powerful personage, community, religious order, or whatever may be substituted. This hatred remains a secret until such a time that it may be most dramatic or perilous to receive. Upon drawing this card, the character knows that someone, somewhere, will turn against them, and there is nothing they can do about it.
Oh shit! The only people that Merc technically is allied with are the Knights of Ozam! Yay! I've got an entire nation on my ass.
You mean, I think what you mean to say is the Church of Iomade.
That too. Great.
So are you saying there's going to be a holy crusade just
To
specific
kill
on
Merc, yeah. There is now a holy crusade to kill our champion. As sanctioned by the goddess herself.
Oh.
Oh, wait, hold up.
No, I love that idea.
Oh, but I could, man, this could be super bad, because what if I turned Iomade against you?
Fucking do it. I think that would be a great story hook. Not gonna lie.
I do like that. All right. The Iomadans are... So, here's the thing. You still have your champion powers. And I'm going to give this to you because, again, I feel like this is not something that should be kept a secret from the player, but it is a secret from the character. So, bear with this in mind.
Right.
Mercutio, in the instant you draw this card, you fall as a champion of Iomedae. No longer are you recognized as a champion of Iomedae. All champions of Iomedae, Knights of Ozum, whoever, know of you and have been set the task of putting you to rest permanently. However, as a champion, Mercutio is now being supported by Urgathoa in full-fledged.
Ooh.
Any bonuses that you have to your favored weapon, being a longsword, are no longer applicable. But beyond that... Oh yeah, so do you have anything that needs you to be, like, good?
Yeah, literally being a redeemer
Okay.
requires me to be within here, let me call it.
That's okay. We'll do some modifications.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we will go through a shift in that thing. Mercutio will still believe that that he's serving Iomedae, but the treachery, I guess, the switch will happen now, and yeah. Lamashtu would be good, but we already have like a background thing that happened for Urgathoa. So Urgathoa still hits good because Iomedae hates demons, but hates undead even more because of the whole thing with Tarbathon and stuff.
And I think that's the perfect thematic for Merc's whole situation.
Yeah. All right, which leaves us, Dante. Thanks to the kindness of our dear friend McClover, another clover in the field turns to glitter and falls to the ground.
Thank you, McClover. Oh man, which one?
I know, it's scary, right?
Hold on, wait. I'm just gonna hit reset a bunch of times and then spread them out again. There you go.
With this one?
The
Oh.
Tyrant.
Oh no.
Do you want to know what's really funny? So the artwork for the Tyrant is actually based off Kazavron, the bad guy in this, the main bad guy.
Hey, I remember that.
Oh
dress.
no.
Yeah. See, this is the original artwork.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that better than what's on the
cards.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I like the feel of the cards, but I do like the old ones a lot better. That's just me. All right, the Tyrant, lawful evil charisma, indicates a ruler who's been blighted upon, whose rule or someone whose control is toxic as they should be caring for it. The Dragon indicates a monarch, overseer, or head of a household. Whoever this person is, they do harm to those who they hold sway. Sound familiar? Misaligned, it might indicate that a tyrant is going to be dethroned, and you are in the lawful good category. So it is technically misaligned, so that's technically a good sign.
Hey.
All right.
Well, if only that translated to the actual cards.
Yep. The Tyrant. Damn. Okay, this is actually not too bad. The character gains a one-time ability to issue a single command to any creature in the multiverse and have the order obeyed. The target is affected by the spell Dominate Monster, and even orders for the target to kill itself are followed to the best of its ability. Any creature targeted by this effect knows that it is acting against its will and knows the identity and location of you. Immortal creatures cannot effectively kill themselves and act only to cause them considerable but fleeting pain. In addition, creatures with the ability to grant such boons typically also possess the power to revoke them as well, and to do so as soon as the command is and choose to often do so as soon as the command is released. The GM ultimately decides what command can be accomplished. The character may use this card whenever they wish, but may only use it once. Now, to clarify, before we get ahead to that stage, you cannot ask. Well, you can ask Iliosa to kill herself, but you have already seen. But you have already seen that will not work. But that is your ability. Happy with that one? Better than poisoning other people, Dante?
Yeah, that is much, much better.
You tell Ayamade to go F herself. She has a cigarette in her mouth. She's laying in bed, and she's like, "Wow, that was amazing."
I don't think that's what variance was.
I don't know. I don't know why I did that, but I'm fucking glad I did.
No. We'll just tell her to go to another plane and stay there for the rest of her life.
All right.
It's like Merc.
Meanwhile, Badham says, "Well, I've got wonderful news. It seems as though that this is absolutely and surely made it into the treasure trove. This is a bona fide, genuine deck of many things, which is wonderful. You don't get to see too many of these. You know, if I had a second one of these, I'd pay a small fortune for it. But you know what? I think having the one here for now at least will definitely make me do for the time being. That's for sure."
How much of a small fortune?
Oh, maybe probably 2,000-3,000 gold pieces, just to start with, I guess.
Do you think you could go to 10,000 gold pieces?
10,000. Maybe if it was one of the rare ones, like there's a Harrow deck of many things that contains a secret card, one that one that flips only but once.
Hey, Dante, which deck do we have?
That I'm not sure of.
You can show him if you like.
Yeah, he'll bring it out and show her.
So, do we still have the cards in our hands?
No. Once you use the cards, they disappear.
Okay.
Except for the ones that state that you get the one use.
No, the cards, the one use ones stay with you and then will disappear once you use them.
All right. Then Merc's just gonna stand thinking on what it could mean.
As Badham inspects it, he says, "Oh my. It does appear that you indeed do have the rare deck. The one that has the 55th card. 10,000 gold might be a bit steep. Not because it's not worth it, but just because I simply don't have that much. So, what could I potentially offer you instead, as far as trade goods would be concerned? I can go as far as I can go as far as 5,000 gold pieces, plus maybe something else along the way.
Something else that could also be done is a permanent discount of at least 40%.
40%. Look, I gotta make some ends meet here. I can go to 25% comfortably. But no, 40%. I'd never make any money that way.
Okay, so 5,000 gold, a permanent discount on anything anybody in this party buys of 25%, and whenever we ask you a question, you not only tell us the truth, you tell us everything that you know, including the bad parts. So you can no longer lie by omission.
He says, that sounds like a devil contract, it does, and old Badham here, he doesn't fall for those things.
We've been burned by you a few times, Badham.
Oh,
we
like
want to make sure it's
when?
not going to happen again. And it won't cost you any money.
True, but it will, of course, impact my business, and things that are bad for business are bad for business. Look,
Well,
the 25% is fine. The 5,000 gold pieces is fine. As far as the rest of it goes, I'm already doing you a service by making sure that my shop is readily available, no matter where you're traveling. I don't know if you realize this, but I'm a very popular man. I've got places to be and places to go, and I don't often leave my doorbell with just anyone, after all.
Okay, how about this? Not any question we ask, but anytime you need us to do a favor, you have to disclose everything you know about the situation. Any favors, any...
He ponders that and he says, all right, I think that's a little bit more reasonable. You have yourself a deal. 5,000 gold pieces, the 25% discount, and if I ask you for favors in the future, that all information is going to be privy and upfront.
Okay, great. Can you sign this piece of paper so we know that we have it in writing that you are going to give everything up front?
Sorry, lass. I shake hands, not write quills. And you watch as he gestures, and as he does so, you notice that the palm of his hand has a contract written on it.
Can we read the contract?
Sure. You read it. It is in a. It's in basically like a bunch of different scripts. It's intentionally deceptive. What you would know, I would say, as now a cleric of Asmodeus, is the contract it basically has a ton of escape clauses. Like if you bring harm to him, or if you sort of sell him out and stuff like that. There's like null and void areas here.
The basic small things.
Yeah, the biggest one here that you'd probably say is that if you resell any of the valued stuff that you purchase, that the person who you sell it to will then, by rote of having purchased the new item that you've sold, will now be indebted to Badham's store to an amount or favor equal to what you have provided. So that's to say, if you have a 25% discount on like a 50,000 gold item, they will owe a 50,000. Oh, sorry, a like quarter of that. I don't know, can't math.
They essentially pay the difference.
Right. Or they owe the difference in a particular way.
Yeah.
So pretty much we'll be permanently putting shops in debt to Badham, and he'll have a monopoly.
If you try to if you basically try to horn in on his discount by selling to other people, yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, which we have no intention on doing.
Yeah,
we're not shopkeepers.
Yeah, that's basically it. If you turn into a shopkeeper, you're gonna have a bad time. But apart from that, everything else...
We have a shop to get money from if we need it.
Yeah. Pretty much, apart from that, everything else pretty much seems on board.
Okay, I'll shake his hand.
He shakes your hand. The grip goes tightly, and as it does so, you feel like this golden light sort of going from his hand to yours and back and forth. All right, the deal is struck. He hands each of you 1,000 gold pieces, which, he gives you a sack of 5,000 gold, and takes the deck. He seems to place it in his jacket pocket and not in his normal bag of stuff. He says, well, that'll be me for today, however. But if you do need anything, don't hesitate to give us a call. You have the whistle. Just, you know how to use it right. Purse your lips and blow.
Yep, we got it.
And Badham will excuse himself, heading into the woods and leaving behind nothing but fun memories and the strange scent of cinnamon and spiced mead. All right. You guys have everything you need for this particular journey. You have you've gotten a bunch of stuff, courtesy of our lovely chat. And you have passed through your first day of travel. So before we sign off for the day, let's mark down how much progress we've made. There we go. All right.
About the halfway point.
Hold on, sorry. I'm getting rid of that just because I'm going to keep track of where we're traveling. All right, here we go. So, our travel has taken us from Korvosa around the edges of the coast, and it is around here that you have found Badham. So there you go. Making your way.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Let's go.
All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will come to the end of today's session. Now, we will be playing next week and the week after, but then we're going on a 2-week break over the Christmas holidays. So just so that if everyone is watching and stuff like that, so you guys know. But thank you very much, everyone who came and joined us today. We hope you guys had fun. We're going to go and raid someone who is out and about and doing stuff in the Twitchiverse. Ooh, what are you doing? Lou Buffin, our dear friend, is doing nothing. She's not online. What am I saying? What's going on? Let's see. We have
I don't know what is going on.
Scarlett's up to some stuff, which is cool. Let's go hang out with Scarlett. We love Scarlett. Yeah, all right. Scarlett64, ladies and gentlemen. Dear friend of the channel and wonderful Pathfinder player as well. I believe that she is currently doing some Pathfindery stuff with her table. So we're going to go and hang out with there. Thank you once again, everyone, for your kind generosity and your donations, your subs, your follows. It means a lot, especially in the holiday season. Whatever you happen to be doing, wherever you happen to be, I hope you stay safe, stay well, and share nothing but kindness and joy all around you. Yes, it is the Christmas season, the time for giving and this kind of time for love and all of this sort of stuff. But honestly, keep Christmas in your heart all year round is the saying from a very, very famous Christmas tale, which I will be reading over the Christmas holidays. So if you guys want to join us, Dag Reads will be back as I read a Christmas tale, over on my channel on Sundays. So yeah, look forward to that too. Till we meet again, as always, from us to you, stay safe, stay wonderful, and as always, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks!
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.